welcome back to the next episode of the G&A podcast. I am Uzui's fourth wife, Jubidu.
And I am the ghost of anime future, Sobroni.
And this is the G&A podcast where we talk about all things anime, the good, the bad, and the weeb. How you doing, Oni?
I'm still a little hungover from yesterday, but other than that, I'm doing well. How are you,
Oh
Drew?
my god. Yeah, I'm great. Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
It was actually a great New Year weekend, I would say so. Probably one of the best I've had in a while.
Same. We had a great stream yesterday, so thank you for everyone who came through.
Yeah,
shared New Year's with us.
Thank you. Super big shout out to G&AREVIEWS, specifically Musaki, who came there and showed us nothing but love. He joined us on chat. Of course, everyone wants to hit me up as soon as I hit the record button. But yeah, he joined us in chat and we chatted up and it was great. We had a good time. So
yep, a lot of fun.
Yeah. Now, some of you might be wondering, guys, there's not really any new episodes coming out yet. So are you recording right now? And as you can see in the title, we are going to do a yearly review of the 2021 anime. We were supposed to do this before the new year started, but I kind of dropped that for maybe C word.
Same.
so we'll know if it was actually the C word. Or no, we'll see if Omarion reared its ugly head. Imagine if we got demonetized if we said the word Omarion.
Yo. Oh no, that'd be horrible for Omarion's career.
But yeah, so we are going to take a fun trip down memory lane, talking about some of our favorite anime from 2021. Also a little bit of incentive for us to get going. It's more like a fun time challenge. I definitely took an edible before we started recording, so it's like, better get through it fast, or else this is going to be a very fun podcast for a totally different reason. But it shouldn't take long at all. So, are you ready, compadre? You ready?
I'm ready. Shall we
to
start
dive
with
back
the
into
winter?
the memories? Absolutely. Yes, let's start with winter 2021. Way to start off the new year, bunch of heavy hitters on our podcast and off of it, honestly. Attack on Titan, Re:Zero, Slime second season, Dr. Stone, the quintuplets, Mushoku Tensei, Wonder Egg Priority, even though some people talk about the ending. Yeah, we're not gonna talk about that. Beastars, and so on and so forth. This goes on and on and on and on.
Yeah, also Horimiya was good.
Also Jujutsu Kaisen. Also Higurashi. Well, those were leftovers.
And Mushoku Tensei.
I said that one.
Well, it deserves to be said twice.
So yeah. So just looking from all these and just being like, which one is our favorite? Well, no, I do know. It is going to probably be Attack on Titan. I'm probably Attack on Titan.
It was Attack on Titan.
Like, it's not even close. Like Re:Zero, I know a lot of people like Re:Zero because it's very much Re:Zero.
I still stand by what I said when we watched it. I'm not a big fan of the second season. I loved Re:Zero's first season. The second
I liked
season.
part 2.
Part 2 was better than part 1.
Part 2 can stay. If part 2 was by itself, I'd be fine with it.
Yeah. Part 1 really drags down that whole second season for me. And even part 2 was good, but still not as good as the first season.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm biased because Sexy Clown and Ram. Lots of Ram.
Yeah, so that was
I will agree to disagree. I'll agree to disagree just off of that alone. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, I would agree. Attack on Titan is definitely the best thing that was there. Which coincidentally, we're coming up on the new season of Attack on Titan very shortly, or the second half of Attack on Titan's final season. So how fitting that we're covering this now.
Exactly. Just to remind us that's coming back ever so quickly.
Yeah.
Let's see, anything else to mention?
Well, I'll tell you what the worst show that aired this season.
By all means.
Log Horizon.
Oh shit.
Yeah, you forgot that show existed, huh? That's another
I did.
contender.
I stopped naming
Worst
it for a
anime.
reason to protect myself. Damn, that was just disappointing.
That was very disappointing.
That
Probably the
was
biggest disappointment of the year for me, to be honest.
Don't say it.
What? I'm not gonna say anything. What? Beastars?
Oh, I thought you were gonna say that, and I was going to
Oh no,
fight
no.
you.
It at least Beastars was. Listen, I don't like the ending of Beastars, but season 2 itself was good. All right, the
Okay,
ending is a different story.
fine.
But Log Horizon was just a total, complete failure on like all
Yeah,
levels.
yeah. No, it was pretty fucking bad.
hmm
Um, but one anime in particular that kind of I feel like kind of came behind on nowhere was definitely Kumo desu ka Nanika,
Oh yeah, that was like the hidden gem.
the hidden
Super hidden.
hidden.
The way I went into it just thinking it was gonna be like a stupid meme show, and
Yes,
it
and
managed to
then
do world building and plot better than like 90% of anime,
including Long Horizon.
including Log Horizon. It did politics better than Log Horizon did, at least in that third season.
Period. Period. Also shout out to I Live by the Last Dungeon, that anime.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty funny. Yeah, I feel like this was the anime season where I watched a lot of anime that just we didn't cover.
Yeah, I watched Horimiya. That
Um
was a lot of fun too. Very
I
cute
watched some of
romance.
that. Things that I'm going to pretend like I never watched. Which one calls it? Something that one that oh god, I'm gonna call it Dead Man. I'm trying not to call it Dead Man
Promise
Wonderland.
Neverland.
Promise Neverland. Thank
Mm-hmm.
you. Yeah, that second season. Yeah, we don't talk about her.
Uma Musume season 2 was good. Still very underrated show. People should watch Uma Musume. It's a legit good sports anime. One of the few good sports anime.
I wonder why. I wonder why you would feel that way.
No, even outside of the cute girl aspect, they actually legit. Like there was a whole arc in the second season about a girl who was just a heel and her having to accept that she is the heel and was just there to ruin everyone else's career. And you know what? Applaud to them for making that an actual character arc in a sports anime. Because usually all these anime are just like overcome the difficulties and blah blah blah. And she's like, nope, me winning means other people lose, and I'm fine with that.
Oh, all right. Well, you heard him. Uma Musume. Check it out if you're into horse girls running.
Mm-hmm. Where's my English Uma Musume Gacha game? Side games. I know you want it. I know you're gonna port it over.
They're too busy working on their Shadowverse game.
Or 50th Shadowverse.
And then also shout out to Wonder Egg Priority. Man, it is wow. Of all the dark magical girl anime that came out recently, this one, it's like they really just they went there, but they handled it in such a beautiful way. Like you generally know the concept of this of it, right? Exactly. It's like, oh, it took such a serious concept and it's just like they made it such a world of like fantasy and beauty. I don't know. It definitely reminds me of another anime that we're definitely gonna mention during this podcast. But yeah, that was winter 2021. Gonna move on over to spring 2021. All right. So wow, I guess we're gonna talk about it a lot sooner than I thought. I didn't know it came out this soon. So let's see, what did we cover? So we covered some good titles such as Fruit Baskets, The Final.
The final.
The Final, dude. Zombieland Saga, My Hero Academia Season 5, Nagatoro. Let's see, what else did we cover? Sentuen Hakenshimasu, aka something dispatched. I forget. I always forget the English.
Combatants will be dispatched.
Combatants will be dispatched. Isekai Mao. The second season, or Omega, or however you choose to call it. But yeah, so, and plus Leftovers.
Yeah, which was Kumo.
Yeah. So yeah, this was, well, it wasn't, no, actually, I don't know. I would say this is also, I want to say it's not as star-studded as
the first winter season.
It's winter, but I feel like it was just as good.
Well, winter season was carried hard by Attack on Titan.
Yeah. But I would say this was just as good.
Yeah, I think this was a lot more comedy. Like we had we had Hero Academia there for good action, but we had some good comedies with Nagatoro, Sentouin,
Fruits Basket.
Well, Fruits Basket was kind of depressing.
Okay, I mean, okay. I would say this season, they focused a lot more on the drama than normal, but it still had some comedy in there.
It did, yeah.
Which is what I liked about it. Like ultimately, I'm pretty sure. Would I say it was like my favorite? What?
But your favorite of this season?
Of this season of 2021, I think I would have to give it to Fruits Basket. I think I would have to. It was just wrapped up in such a pleasant way.
Yeah, I think so too. Because I wasn't the biggest fan of Hero Academia season 5, to be honest.
Yes, we know. We know. We know. Yes, the controversy of the way they wrapped up the final arc.
Yeah. I mean, Zombieland is also up there for me too for this season. It would be a split for me between Fruits Baskets and Zombieland Saga.
Yeah, it usually would be, but I'm just like, oh, I loved it, and I love Kyo. I love Kyo, so I'm biased.
Yeah, you are, but that's fine.
100%. Some that I watched outside of it. To Your Eternity, which I finally finished last month or November. I think finished it in November. Oh my god, that story is so beautiful. So sad, but so beautiful.
I'm not watching it because I don't really want to cry.
You really should. It's like the moments where it's sad. It's like, I don't know. It's very. You should watch it. Like just in the same way I would tell you to watch Clannad if you forgot Clannad for some reason.
We'll see.
Like you really should. Like it's just such beautiful. It's like, we're so happy. You saw the first episode, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so it's like you got past what I would say is some of the hardest parts. I can't stress it enough that people need to go watch this show. It's really, really, really good. Like I'm upset that I didn't watch it sooner. Another one that I saw was a Vivi Fluorite Eye song.
Yeah, I was gonna mention that. I didn't watch it, but everyone was saying how good it was.
It was a lot better than I give it credit for. Like a lot better. Time travel and AI, and it's like, whatchamacallit it? Not Dot Hack Sign. The other one, Ghost in the Shell. It's kind of Ghost in the Shell, but the message is a lot simpler.
Right, fair enough.
Very, very user friendly. Another one that I watched was Marimashita Irumakun.
Oh yeah, that one's also. This season had a lot of
Yep.
good comedies.
Yep.
That was a great show.
That was, I mean, I didn't watch it when it came out. I watched it much later in the year, but it was fantastic. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was very enjoyable.
Yeah. Nagatoro, like you said, I think that's worth an honorable mention. Just on the fact that it's on that first anime that's like really like, you know, kind of showed like kind of like a sub-dom relationship, like an actual sub-dom relationship, like not in a typical like silly anime way. I feel like they really went more into like the whole kink of like, some kind of, they crept into some BDSM territory in this anime. Like, I don't know, and I appreciate it as someone who's like has interest in like sex education, as someone who likes anime. It was very cool to see an anime that kind of married my two things that I very much like. And it's
Yeah.
also really funny.
I think some of the shows that I watch outside of the podcast that I kind of would
Mm-hmm.
recommend. I saw the slime Tausch Day. I killed 300 slimes. That one, it was surprisingly wholesome. It's a nice little wholesome comedy. It's more like a slice of life than a comedy, but
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed the hell out of that. If you want something like calming and that you can easily binge watch and has a lot of cute characters, actually very similar to Kumo. Probably because Awayuki also does the main girl's voice.
Wow.
Uh, Other than that, Eden Zero aired this season.
I still have to watch
It gets a bad rap for being fairy tale but in space, but honestly, I still haven't caught up on it. I'm like really far behind, but from the dozen or so episodes I saw, like 10 or so, it's pretty good. It does more than what Fairy Tale did in its first few episodes.
that.
I don't know if it'll be better than Fairy Tale in the long run, but it was more maturely handled than Fairy Tale. I would say like this is a more mature Fairy Tale, basically.
Gotcha.
Yeah, I'll
Gotcha.
give it a try.
Yes, give it a try. Do you have anything else you want to before we move on? Talk about?
What's that anime called? Isekai Battle was easily the worst show this season. I just want to give my worst of
Yeah.
the seasons.
Yeah, I can't disagree with that. I'm trying to think of anything else that I watched in or out of the season that's worse than that. And I'm like, no, I think that is the worst one. It was very, I was like, as I was watching it, I was like, was it always this generic-y?
No, the first season was so good. It was just like this one just dropped the ball. I don't know what they were smoking.
Yeah, it definitely pulled what show that we were just roasting?
Platinum.
No. No, from winter
Oh,
2021.
Log Horizon.
Thank you. Yeah, that one.
Yeah,
It pulled the Log
there's a
Horizon.
theme in the bad sequels, underperforming sequels.
Hmm. Oh, also shout out to that anime. What is it? I'm homeless, so sleep with me.
Oh yeah, that show. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, after being rejected, I shaved and took in a high school runaway. Okay.
Yeah, I like your title better.
I like mine too, but that's not the right one. Yeah, that was a good one. It was actually surprisingly wholesome. I love the art.
Oh yeah, it had a really pretty, like pastel-y art style. It was really pretty.
It was good. Shout out to the main dude for being the anti-Rudy. The anti-Rudy of anime. Just being awesome and just
And
yeah.
subsequently more boring.
Whatever. Sorry, this took place in the real world. I don't think he's gonna get more interesting than Rudy's character for obvious reasons. Just saying.
Fair enough.
All right, let's move on to the summer.
Yes.
Yes, a
One of my
hot anime
favorite
summer.
seasons.
Yes, had a lot to go over. Kobayashi, Kobayashi, the second season.
Hmm.
We had Slime Part 2. We had Realist Hero, Magia Record, Higurashi no Naku Koroni Sotsu, Oni's personal favorite, The Detective is Dead. And yeah, leftovers. And the rest was a leftover.
Yeah. Oof. This is another season where I watched a lot of stuff outside of the things we're covering in the podcast, but
Did I? I'm not sure if I did. I don't think I did.
as far as the stuff we were covering in the podcast goes,
Yeah,
um
this is when I started. This is when I started entering my normie phase again. That's why I know I didn't watch much.
damn, what was my did I like Maid Dragon more than Higurashi?
Ooh, that's a hard.
That
That's
is
a
a tough
hard
one.
one. That's a hard one. I don't. I
That's
feel
tough.
like I think. I think I had to. I'm gonna give it to Higurashi only because it gets the nostalgia factor. That's
Yeah.
it. Like, and it's not even like a nostalgia factor of just Higurashi. It's the nostalgia of Higurashi and Umineko.
Yeah, I
And
agree.
I'm like, that's for me, at least for me, that's
Hmm.
very powerful.
I agree with that only because like it revitalized my love for the franchise and everything. So I'm like, it just hit me on the deeper level, on the deepest of
Like,
levels.
it was just a wonderful. Like, it just felt like a love letter to
Hmm.
like us as fans. Like, it was just such a great way to like start that bridge between Higurashi and the Umineko
Yep.
series. So I can't be mad at it. Um, but yeah, Kobayashi though. Oh man.
Kobayashi was
Uh
great. I think that might be one of the better. Although it wasn't as laugh out loud funny as the first season
yes.
was.
See, it wasn't as good as season one, but it was
Yeah,
still pretty
it was
damn
still
good.
great, and it did a lot of good character building.
Mm-hmm.
New character Iruru. I was expecting her to just be like a Mimi, um, hot character. You know, like just here's a
Yeah.
new character. But they actually did a really good job of fleshing her out and making
Yes.
her like super
So
lovable.
lovable. Like,
Yeah.
yeah. Like I thought it would be like, oh whatever, she's gonna be a second character who just
Hmm.
tries to, I don't know, fuck Kobayashi half the time.
Yeah. No, she really
And that's
integrated well into their little family. It was really adorable.
it was. I really liked her. Slime was good.
Yeah,
Slime
this
was
part of Slime
good.
was good because it was the
Yeah.
second half of the
It was
season.
just second half, so it was just all all the random boring shit that happened in season one. As like all things they were building up,
Mm,
everything came to fruition.
paid off. We had one of our
Yeah,
most badass moments with Rimuru facing off against what the fuck was that?
Clayman.
Clayman, yeah.
Yeah, effortlessly beating his ass. And then I love how they had like after he died, they had like this whole thing where his comrades were like lamenting his death, and I'm like, girl, I know I give a fuck
Yeah, no
about
one cares
him.
about this bitch. Kill him.
Fuck it, like right. Fuck your friend.
It was one of the
Mm-mm.
most satisfying beatdowns of a
Ever.
antagonist ever, yeah.
Oh, and I love that. Like it started with Shion just beating
Yeah,
the
she had
shit out of him.
like soloing him without any issue.
Yes, no help needed from Yurumuru. It was just everything. I was like, yes,
Mm-hmm. So satisfying to watch.
so mm, tasty, delicious, even. Let's see. Realist hero, interesting.
Yeah, not for everyone.
Not for everyone, but it was more interesting than I gave them credit for.
Yeah, I enjoyed the politics. The politics, the anime.
Politics, the anime. I still feel like I was kind of retconned at some point with the lion. Or
Uh-huh.
not retconned. I was like, I felt like I was like robbed
Mm-hmm.
of like a big juicy moment. But then he was just like, "Ha, I'm saying all this from the beginning," like for whatever reason. And I'm just like, all right, I guess.
Yeah, keep in mind that the new season's also airing for this show this season, which we are not
Mm-hmm.
covering on the
We are
podcast.
not covering. We are not covering. But if you're into that stuff, go check it out, please.
Mm-hmm. Manga Record
Um,
was great too. It was
yes,
ended on a cliffhanger, but it was really great. Like Shaft returning to top form with their animation.
yes.
So beautiful.
I would say of all the anime I've ever watched in my life,
Mm-hmm.
this is one of those animes where it's like this is truly the prime example of quality over quantity.
Yeah, because there's only like 8 episodes.
Only 8 episodes, and each one of them hit.
Mm-hmm.
There was not one episode where it was just like, oh, I kind of just felt like maybe one where it was just like not as hype as the other seven.
Right, but even then, it's
Maybe
like
you're right. It still wasn't
everything. It
bad.
was still good. Mhm.
So yeah, I really appreciated that. Do you have like, all right? How can we not talk about, or how can we talk about summer 2021 and not mention the detective is dead? Is already dead.
Yeah, so that's my worst show this season. It was horrible. No, I'm just kidding. It is the worst show this season, though. It was just so convoluted.
It
It
was,
was so.
and
I didn't know what it was trying to be.
I don't know, and I didn't dislike it.
Yeah, you were for the
Honestly.
chaos. You were like, I
I
welcome the chaos.
I know because it was just fun. Like it was like it's just like how you just see like a I don't know. I feel like it's how you felt about
Mm.
High School DxD. You were like, this is a stupid show. I'm just gonna enjoy it as
Yeah, but it
is.
only works if like the show is operating within a certain level of quality. Like you can be as stupid as you want if you're a bad show, and I can enjoy you for being a bad stupid show. But this show,
Mm-hmm.
like the quality levels went all over the place. Like sometimes it could be like, oh, okay, we're trying to be on par with like some of the best anime out there, like Bakemonogatari or something. And then other times it will be like, we're just as dumb as Gendo Guardian here.
All right, you know, Guardian. You don't do all
It
that. You
was
don't
jumping
do
all over the
it.
place.
Yeah, nah, we didn't get down to Guardian. Okay. I would say their worst episodes equal to some of the best episodes from Platinum End.
That's not saying much.
Better than getting a guardian question mark?
I'm about to say, you sure about that?
Question mark.
You sure?
I'm not. But I don't know. I enjoyed like the characters were really fun.
I will give them
Um
that. The characters were good. That's about it.
yes, like I really liked the main character a lot. Um yeah, no, I just enjoyed it. Even definitely towards that at the end, it just was like, okay, so it's just not we're just doing whatever. Got
Mhm.
it. But yeah, damn, I don't want to say it's the worst one. Damn, but it's like I can't lie. I can't lie. Um I would say I enjoyed it more than I would say the show I enjoyed the least.
Mhm.
My least favorite was Real's Hero.
Yeah, that's not a surprise.
Yes, that was my least favorite. It wasn't even that it was bad. Like I said, not Real's Hero. Detective's Dead was just more entertaining to me.
Mhm.
Meanwhile, I had to watch like certain episodes of Real's Hero or like Herder Agriculture. Let's go. Like, no.
Mhm.
No, thank you.
I love agriculture, so I enjoyed it. Did you watch anything outside of the
No, like I
stuff we
said,
covered mangas?
this is my normie phase. I didn't watch anything outside.
I watched a couple of things, but the only one I think is worth mentioning is and it was recent. I didn't watch it this season, or I didn't watch it when it was airing. But uh, E.10 E.10 Tachi, the one by Mappa. I'm just gonna call it
Oh.
E.10. It was
Mm-hmm.
so Drew. Like, all right, I don't want to say you have to watch the show because it's good, because it's not really good, but it is
Mm-hmm.
like an absolute acid trip that is just so fucking crazy. Like, I to this day I don't know what the premise of the show is, something about gods and shit, but like stuff will just happen where it's like they'll be, first off, beautiful art style, beautiful animation, but stuff will be happening where it's like they'll just kill each other, and I guess one of the girls can't die or something, and they'll just like chop her up, like complete, like Higurashi style stuff happens. Like they'll just rip her spine out or shit,
Oh my
or like
god.
literally dissect her while she's screaming. But the art style looks like a cutesy pastel, like Saturday morning kid Teletubby show. So it's like super real, like surreal, and none of the plot makes sense. And there's just people doing some absolute wild, crazy shit. Like these two evil antagonists who just go around sleeping with all the Shotas. Like that's a plot point. They were just like, fuck it, let's just gangbang some Shotas. And I'm like, what? Like this show is so fucking wild. It's so fucking
well,
weird.
I know what I'm watching as soon as the edible kicks in.
Yeah, go for it.
Oh my god, that's so
So
funny.
yes, if you guys want to watch something while you're under the influence, highly recommend E.10.
Oh my god. I've started watching the remember that episode, that anime that I said I might start watching, the show of like the dude who's like he's like he works doing like on a kids show,
Mhm.
but on the
Yeah,
inside he's
yeah,
like
yeah.
miserable. Yeah. I feel like I saw like the first 2 or 3 episodes. I'm just like, this shit's really depressing. Like I can't watch, like I can't like like adults shouldn't watch this because
Mhm.
it's just gonna make you sad, especially since I'm around his age. It doesn't
Mhm.
make me feel any better. Like he's like just full of regret and just defeated by life, and I'm like, I'm trying not to be you.
Mhm.
I'm trying really hard to not be you, and on a lot of days I don't succeed. So I don't think I want to watch it. Like it's one of the things where it's like it's not. I feel like it's not. I feel like it's almost not enough funny, and there's just too much sad in
Mhm.
it. Like I feel like there needs
Need some
like it just
comedy to balance it out.
like I feel like I feel like even though it's supposed to be a comedy,
Mhm.
but I just feel like this is a lot of the main character just being not the main character, the mangaka who made this is just like just very over with life,
Mhm. Just
and
projecting.
just and yes, hardcore rejection. I'm just like, are you okay? The answer is no, but goddamn. Mm-mm. Oh, and also a second season of Otoma Game came out. I don't think I didn't watch it. Did you?
No.
Yeah, I was like, we didn't cover it. We did cover the first uh, season, right?
Yeah, we did. It wasn't very good.
Yeah, yeah, it wasn't great, so that's why. Yeah. All right. And last but not least,
Mhm.
uh, the fall
Yes,
2021,
most recent of the seasons.
the one we just
Some would, yeah,
covered.
some would say we just covered the season.
Yes. I'm just saying, like, what did we cover? Was this a good? This was a surprisingly decent season,
Yeah, there was a lot of
provided,
gems in this season.
yeah, provided there's at first glance, we were like, shit, there's not a lot we're working with, honey.
Hmm.
But they were like, oh no, sorry, Bob, we're coming out with all the hits.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we took a chance on a lot of these shows, and for the most part, it paid off pretty well.
Mm-hmm. Um. let's see. Of course,
For the
the
most part,
biggest
with one
one,
big exception.
the biggest comeback, which what we say is the biggest? I was gonna say the biggest was Mushoku Tensei, but I'm just like,
Yeah, for me,
we
that was
can't.
my number one show of the season.
That was the number. Yes, that was. I would say that was definitely our number one, but I would say like objectively speaking, I guess the biggest comeback would be Demon Slayer.
Oh yeah.
Technically, because it's Demon Slayer.
Although that was like all the way at the end of the season.
So kind of. You got to see Komi-san.
He was great.
It was cool to finally see that get animated. I was super worried about how it was gonna be animated, and then they did a fantastic job, knocked out the park.
Exactly.
Hidden gem number one, Senpai ga Uzai Kohai no Hanashi.
So cute. Most wholesome, heartwarming, like comfy show.
Like I said, I'm trying to venture into more anime where it's not just a bunch of fucking high schoolers doing high school shit. Because bitch, I done graduated extra years ago.
As much as I love to relive my high school years, but trust me, I do. I do appreciate when anime branch out and do like office and workplace stuff. Like one of my favorite comedies is Working, because it has a lot of that kind of like co-worker interactions and stuff that can really
aren't they coming out with like a new season soon?
Hopefully.
Like I heard that somewhere. So yeah, Hidden Gem 1, loved it, so cute. Shout out to the main couple, Kazuma and Sakurai.
Yeah.
Takada, can't wait till you come out. And then we're gonna move on to our next show, Miruko-chan, our next hidden gem. Once again, wanted to diversify because, like I said, we could just pick whatever.
Right.
We had a lot more room to work with, so I said, let's do a comedy horror.
And it paid off. I was like, how horror is this gonna be? I remember, when we first picked, I was like, is it gonna be horror or more comedy? And how's it gonna work? But it worked really well.
Yeah,
it was horror when it needed to be, and the horror was actually good. Like I got scared me a couple of times.
Yeah, it's really sweet. Like I got scared for her. I was like, I got invested. I was like, oh my god. I was like, Miko, please, Miko, fucking run.
It did a great job of like putting her in these situations. Because you think when you hear the premise, it's like, oh, she just has to ignore the ghost. That's not hard. And then they put her in so many situations where it's just like mind games and suspense, and it's like, oh, you have to ignore the ghost, but you can't ignore the ghost. So it always works. It just such good writing.
Yeah, great writing. If you plan on watching this, I'm just gonna go ahead and say it, because I feel like this is an important plot point that we didn't understand because we're not Japanese. So by understanding it, it added to like the stakes, and that is basically the folklore, or the myth from Japan that if you see a ghost and if you acknowledge its existence, it'll either A, kill you, or B, possess you.
Yeah, it's central plot point. We need to know that.
Yes, exactly. And they did the anime assuming that everyone would know that.
How dare they assume only Japanese?
Yeah, no, I know, fair. That's fair. But that's why I was like, why they kill? Why can't you just talk to them?
They could have just put like a little line in there or something here or there, like where he's reading a book and like, if I react to a ghost, that means it kills me or something.
Exactly. But so that's why. But they don't do that. So that's why I'm giving you the PSA.
Also, PSA. I wanted to say, if you're going into this thinking it's like a slapstick comedy, it's not. It's more like a dark Schadenfreude, like she's suffering dark comedy. Like it's not a ha comedy. It's a holy shit, not. This is bad comedy.
Exactly. Although they do have some really good moments, some really happy moments, like
But for the most part, you're laughing at people suffering.
Yeah, poor Miko. I like. ma'am, I hope you get the best of therapy.
Yeah.
I hope the ghost ain't in the office either.
Oh, that's the worst.
I'm here for therapy. I can see ghosts. What are you talking about, bro? And just like five of them just like pop out of nowhere.
Yeah. That should have been an episode.
Right? Oh gosh. Tatopida Destiny.
That's another hidden gem that we kind of were like going in unaware of what to expect.
Yes. And I will admit, I definitely had this is a show I had my biggest doubts about because it started a little,
it was shaky because we didn't know where it was going. It was just like, is this an
exactly.
episodic thing? Like, are we going back to the future, to the past? What's going on here?
Yeah, but like fine wine, it got better as episodes went on. Once they started, like once Colette was like, "I am no longer a robot," it started adapting like an actual personality.
Yeah, they actually branched out her personality, and she learned and changed her character a bit.
Yeah, and that kind of helped like the rest of the cast in general, in my opinion.
And Talk stopped being a one-dimensional asshole. He actually had some good shining moments and like convictions and stuff. And I like that he was, anytime that he broke out of his shell of being an asshole, it was for like a genuine, real moment, like he did when he went to the bar in New Orleans and he saw those other people who worked with his father or whatever.
Yes, those moments that just, I don't know, add like you said, add some dimensions to him.
Yeah, he wasn't like always just a mopey, sad, emo asshole or something.
Yeah. So there's moments like that, just really, just added to everything. Like it just added like the surprisingly the music.
Yeah, the music
just
was good.
added a lot of heart to it. It's really good. Yeah, Tactopia Destiny. It was good. The fighting when it happened, while it wasn't the most amazing action, it was pretty. It was always pretty.
And as the season went on, like when we get to like the last 2 episodes, they actually had longer fight scenes that were really well animated.
Oh, and yeah, it was. I was like, yeah, this is where all your
the budget,
where it all went to. Gotcha.
And it did its job. I'm curious to check out the mobile game when it comes out. Maybe I'll do some rolls for Destiny. Who knows? Or not. I'll roll for Titan.
Yes, roll for Titan. Roll for Letty.
Letty's gonna be a craft essence.
Damn. Right. Just sitting right there next to Kayla. All right. Well, we're done mentioning all the good stuff. Let's get back to the worst.
The one risk that we took that didn't pay off.
The worst anime of this season and the year. Just in general.
Platinum Endo.
Yes, Platinum end this anime, please.
Yeah.
Platinum end the career of the guy who
I was gonna say that.
The guy who did whatchamacallit, Death Note. He really must have a lot of money.
He must. Or this is like some kind of bet, maybe.
This is a bet. This has to be a bet.
Maybe that's the deal. Like he lost a bet with maybe drugs. But he lost a bet.
No. Yeah. Listen, Bruno Mars is on drugs, and look what he does.
That's true.
Whitney Houston was on drugs, and look what she did. There are a lot of people who are on drugs, and that's not an excuse. We're not doing that.
Yeah, you should be more creative. Maybe it was a bet that he lost, where it's like he lost for another mangaka, and the guy was like, "You have to publish the first story you ever wrote while you were in grade school." And he was like, "Damn it, Platinum End." Or maybe this was like some kind of reverse way of getting people to appreciate Death Note, because my appreciation for Death Note's gone way up now. I'm like, holy shit, Death Note was so much better than this.
I mean, anything was so much better than this. Jesus. Oh my gosh. Like it was just so bad. You see, look at that. That was, did you hear that? That was an ambulance coming to rescue his career.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. It was,
Yeah.
it was amazingly bad.
So yeah, and for those of you asking guys who are like, why is it so bad? Like, the writing is horrible, the characters are bad. There's a couple of good characters, but they get like
Mukaido, shout out to my man Mukaido.
Yeah.
They're the only redeemable thing about this series.
And anytime there's a character that is interesting or has anything to do, they just die or whatever. Or if you're a pretty girl, you just die.
Oh my god, I didn't gonna bring her up. You're so mad.
Oh, you mean
her.
all the pretty girls who ever show up and just die the moment they show up?
You know you complained specifically about that one from the baseball field.
Yeah, well, fuck that asshole Metropolitan Man.
Damn you, Kamen Rider.
Yeah. Also, the Kamen Rider thing is kind of dumb. I don't know.
My god, it was so bad.
Like,
so
why does everyone have fucking Kamen Rider outfits? What the fuck?
I don't know. Even though I did like Mirai's outfit though. His is cool.
I will say, if you're thinking about watching Platinum End, just watch Future Diary. It's way better. It's like a better example of what Platinum End is trying to do. Period. And that's not saying like a lot.
That's no.
At least it has in it. And it has a good opening.
Right. I'm so glad I wasn't the only. Was I the only one who like felt like I was too dumb to grasp what was happening in Death Note half the time?
Nah, it can get like, convoluted.
Like it felt incredibly like the future. Like
I will say,
control people with the future.
The one thing, the rules were kind of inconsistent at some points, and especially that one scene where he like lost his memories and then hid the Death Note, and then like worked with L to regain control of the like. It was super convoluted.
Wait, are you talking about Death Note?
Yeah, I was talking about Death Note.
Wait, did I say Death Note?
Yeah, you said Death Note.
I meant to say Future Diary.
Oh. Oh, no, well, that's a whole other shit show. Yeah, no.
I'm sorry. Death Note was, no. Death Note is fine. I can understand Death Note. Future Diary, that was the one where they're just saying the future.
Oh, yeah, no, there's no consistency in Future Diary. It's just whatever needs to happen for the sake of the story needs to happen. But that's the same thing as Platinum End, but at least Future Diary did it in a more compelling and fun way.
It did. I had a great time the entire time. I read the manga, not even watched the anime. When I read the manga, I was like, "This is fun."
Yeah, and that's all Future Diary tries to be: fun, fun time waster.
But yeah, no, don't Platinum End. Just don't.
Save yourself.
Save yourself and save me, bitch. How about that?
So we're not covering it for winter.
No, we did say we would finish the arc.
I thought you would forget that.
Yeah, I did, and so you reminded me. Thank you. But yeah. Do you want to be that person? Do I want to be a person and be like, oh my god, I'm gonna say like what our favorite anime was of the whole fucking year?
Mushoku Tensei.
Oh well.
Sorry to be unceremonious about it, but that is mine.
Well, I don't know which one mine is. You know what? I'm gonna give it mine as well. I'm sorry. I'm still on the
Eris train.
The Eris train. The way she took her dick and ran. She is an icon. Her journey, unrivaled.
Her OVA is coming out soon too.
Oh, can't wait. Literally, just cannot wait. I'm a.
Yeah. By the way, and because I know Orion and Savior and them listen to this, I did read ahead in the manga. I didn't read too much ahead because I don't want to spoil too much. But holy shit, when the next season starts, Drew's gonna lose his fucking mind over the characters that show up.
I know, and I cannot wait. That's why I'm not reading ahead. I don't want to spoil myself.
I look forward to that day.
Speaking of, speaking of Ryan and Xavier, do we want to talk about what show calls it?
Rental Girlfriend?
Rent a Girlfriend?
Sure, why not? I don't. Did you read the chapter? I assume.
I did.
Did you get what the hubbub is about? I read it last night while I was drunk, so maybe I missed it.
Honestly, I don't think it would have changed. Cause I was also scratching my head. First of all, whoever sent me the link, they sent it to me at the last chapter. So unknowingly, I read it backwards. But when I read it the right,
confused.
But when I read it the right way, it didn't make that much of a difference. I essentially got the gist of it. It was like as I got towards the beginning of it, I'm like, wait, I'm reading this backwards. Yeah, I don't. Maybe because I didn't watch all the manga, I don't feel that. I feel like a lot of people are upset because I feel like we're clearly missing something.
Yeah. So my interpretation of what was happening is that he's trying to get with main girl. I forgot her name already, and she dumped him or whatever, and now he's thinking that she's sleeping with somebody else.
Like, no, he's just giving himself a big old pity party.
Yeah, like he did that all the time in anime. He just
exactly, and that is why I'm not.
So I don't know what the big hubbub was about. I'm like, oh, if he's just thinking that she's fucking some other guy.
Like, was it like, yeah, like he did that like one of the first episodes. Like he is what I call like he's a Rudy. I'm calling them all Rudies now.
I was just gonna call them
all perverts. I just call them Rudies.
I honestly think the twist is gonna be that he's just a cuck and he wants to see her get fucked by some other guy. He thinks about it so much. I'm beginning to think this is just his inner, like this is his fetish. Yeah. This is what he wants,
basically.
And you know what? That'd be a great ending for the series,
right? Period. Because. Yeah, it's like he thought about some dude fucking her. He got hard, and then he got sad. Like that's
Rent a Girlfriend in a nutshell.
That is literally. I didn't expect him to be going steady with Rika. Was it Rika? It's not her name. Ruka.
Mm-hmm.
And she. I feel so bad for her because she's so pretty and nice.
She can do so much better than him.
Period.
Yeah, this is one of those shows where I don't want any other girls to win because the guy that they're winning is just absolute trash. It's like
exactly
the real winners are the ones who don't end up with him.
Yeah, period.
Exactly. That's why I'm going for the mommy route. Let's go, mommy.
You know what? Period. I actually love that because I'm like, that's clearly what you need. Like, because you're doing too much, and you're doing too much for someone who got dumped.
Yeah, and definitely don't worry about it. Mommy will definitely sleep with somebody else while she's with you. So
100%. Yeah, you'll get cuffed all the time.
It works out for everyone.
She'll probably do it right in front of you. She seems like that kind of girl. If you would just ask, I'm sure. Like, yes, I feel like what led up to this is what's crazy. This is just kind of, I will say, yes, it's more extreme. Like him having a heart on in a pool and then bursting into tears over a lost love. I'm like, oh, it's a lot more visceral. And he actually just got straight up dumped. she just said straight up no.
I feel like maybe because I'm missing context, it's also probably a misunderstanding, and she just...
Yeah, probably that. It probably is, but I'm operating off of that alone. But I'm gonna say this right now. If I am missing context, let me know, but do not let me know what the context is.
Yeah, just say you're missing context.
Yes, I'm gonna say it one more time. Let me know if I'm missing context, but do not say what it is. That's that enough.
We do want to cover it when it comes out with the second season or whatever.
Exactly.
So we don't want to be spoiled.
Not at all. Yeah. So to everyone else who knows the context and stuff, I'm sure this has to be pretty pretty infuriating. Excuse me. So yeah, so sorry to my friends.
Europe.
But yeah, I think we kind of covered everything. And yeah, I think that's the end of this, short little podcast. This is a special little podcast episode.
You guys got an extra podcast this week. Look at you guys.
Mm-hmm.
Lucky you.
Lucky you.
Shall I take us away?
Yes, please.
Guys, if you enjoyed this episode of the G&A podcast, make sure you hit that like button, subscribe, and follow us over on Twitter and Discord, all linked in the description down below. If you'd like to continue to become a patron, like all these lovely people on screen right now, make the podcast possible, and get yourself a bunch of awesome perks while you're at it. Actually, one of those perks is going to be being able to attend the live watch with us, which we do every week with our patrons. And we're starting off the new season, so I think we're likely going to watch Attack on Titan Part 2 and Demon Slayer, right?
Mm-hmm.
So those are going to be the live watch shows. If you want to watch those shows with us, you know what to do. Drew, do you have anything you'd like to add?
I hope everyone had a happy new year. If you don't follow through with your resolutions, it's all bullshit anyways. You'll be all right.
I didn't even make resolutions.
Great. You see, you're already on the path. You're already ahead of the game. That was the first step. Just, remember, whatever resolutions you want to make, you can make them at any point in your life.
Yes, there's no magic about New Year's.
None at all. It's just the start of a new year.
Correct. Well, on that happy note, guys, until next time, this has been Soberoni and
Drew.
We'll catch y'all later. Later.
Bye.